Hello, and welcome. I'm Watson Williams, and you're watching Cryptic Creations, where we bring you the not-so-obvious. And today, I have a special treat for you. We're going to talk about how special you are. But to get to that point, we need to work our way up to understanding what we mean when we say that you are special. So we want to start broadly and work our way in. And the big picture is that we're talking about life and nature. And we're making a physical statement about the future, and specifically what sort of future paths the universe can take. Now, maybe time is totally deterministic, and there's only one future. In that case, there's only one possible ending for the universe. If the thermodynamics of the closed system, presumably, that we find ourselves in, are such that the system itself can determine what ending state is going to come about, then things are wholly different, and at a fundamental philosophical level, what's required is contingency. You need options, fundamentally. If such a thing as options exists, then it's up to the system as a whole to determine what sort of options are going to be selected. And of course, this requires that you have choice, that you have free will, because if we lived in a universe that was operating with options, but you had no power to execute or choose certain options, then you have a false contingency. It's, it is what it is there. But, so, if the state of the universe is contingent upon the actions, the things that we choose to do, then you can start to see how we could be important. And let me just pause right now and say that what we're gunning towards is a particular type of ending state of the universe. We want to get to a climactic state, a deific birth, the birth of a deity, of God, of a God, and we're picturing our universe as a womb, and this womb has a baby in it. It's the fetal God, and we are part of that process. In order to have a successful birthing process, you have to go through all 9 months, all 3 trimesters. And so, if we could say that the deific birth is the most sublime, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's the most sublime thing that could happen, to not try to bring something like the manifestation of God about is very sad. It's like a dereliction of duty, and so what I propose is that the tipping point between whether the deific birth happens or not, it occurred to me that it could be so delicately balanced that it literally relies on just a few individuals, that were within just a few decisions, one way or the other. And that gives you a great sense of responsibility. And so now we can personalize this and understand understand that the greater goal of the universe, the purpose of existence, is to facilitate climactic events across an eternal multiverse. That's what I believe. And so within this universe, each life that we have our own purpose to fulfill, and in so doing, in fulfilling our purpose, that completes a little baby step towards divine manifestation. And this process is not exponential, as I believe, but logistic. And I have written and published on YouTube extensively about this, and you can check out my video, Kurzweil's Blunder, The Singularity is Not Near, in which I showcase a brand new, discrete, functional procedure that takes points in the plane, that takes sequences of non-decreasing data points, which can represent important moments in history, right? Like the discovery of fire, the wheel, computer chips, and whatever. And through a simple recursive system, I was able, and still am, able to expand a sequence of data points into a function, into the plane, into a graph that can then be analyzed for, statistical feedback. And what we generally look at is the length of the graph, the height of the first element in terms of the gross length of the graph. Now, I know that's a big sidebar, but again, I just wanted to bring up logistics and logistic development, that is, because it's important in understanding that what we're talking about is not an immediate thing. It's gradual, and in fact, it's, we presume we're speeding up. Things are going to slow down. And so you are special. You have a purpose. There is a meaning to life. There is an easily articulable purpose of existence, and it is to infinitely manifest deity. And your life is paradoxically insignificant and significant. And, no one can tell you what your purpose is. You just have to feel it out for yourself. And I'm not here to tell you what your particular purpose is, because, see, there's a lot of room for or not a lot of room. We really don't know. We don't know. I'm just talking, and yeah, you're special, and we don't hear that as much as we should. So I'm telling you, don't give up on your dreams, and thank you. Just keep these things in mind. I pretty much made my point already. I just wanted to say that there's a greater purpose, and then there are all these smaller purposes that we have, and they add up together. But the tipping point is potentially very fine, and of course you have to. This has to be something that can potentially happen in order for us to capitalize on it. And furthermore, it's sort of like a hedging of bets, because if you can see what I see, and then you look at the mindset that takes the future, or any mindset that incorporates at a fundamental level taking the future for granted, then you can see that, if the universe is operating on a principle of universal self-state determinants, otherwise known as interactivity, if there's this interactivity at play, this feedback, and in order to achieve the greatest possible outcome, all we had to do was just be conscious of this process, vocalize it, speak it into being, and nurture it, help it grow. And that if we just didn't do that, then it wouldn't come about, because we sat on the sidelines, or too many people sat on the sidelines and said, just be here now and don't worry about the future or futures. There's just this strange attractor in the future, and it's like drawing everything inevitably towards it. I think that's a mistake. I think there is potential. I see potential for success or failure, and it's up to us. It's all up to us. Now, what we're looking at here, if you can even read it, is, what do I call it here? Antechambers of novelty. And it's pretty esoteric, but it's, maybe we'll talk about it later. I don't have much time left for this video, but, well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you made it this far. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave an intelligent comment. We can start a conversation about duty, which I haven't really mentioned enough in this video. I haven't harped on enough the duty that we have to fulfill, to find and fulfill our own purpose, thus facilitating the greater purpose of existence. God bless you, and I will see you next time.